Hey everybody, and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. Today we're going to now be looking at our skill tree. In the last episode we set up this very basic but very lovely main menu. It's fine, I suppose. It'll do the job, and what we want to do now is go back into our menu widgets and we want to set up a new one. It's going to be a user widget again. And for this one, we want this one to be called Skill Tree Widget. And I'm actually thinking, no, I don't want to do that. Sorry. What I want to do is, because I want the dimensions to roughly be the same as the main menu, I'm going to duplicate it and call this Skill Tree Widget. We're going to open this one up. Drag it in. I'm actually going to put this here, and what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to drag it over so that it's got this similar, I want it to sort of be the same. I just want this to kind of open up, I guess. And what we can do with this, undo, grab the button. I want the close menu to kind of be at the top, and I want the skill tree button to be maybe here. To be honest, we probably don't even need the skill tree actual button. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to call this return. The reason being is I'm thinking we could return back to the main menu instead of fully closing the actual menu altogether. So find where we named it in the text and we'll call this return, like so. Or you could probably just call it main menu, actually, whichever one you think's better. It really makes no difference in the grand scheme of things. And I'm not going to go into a full design of a skill tree because the design is kind of up to what you want. But what I am going to do is, sorry, I'm just going to change the anchors. What I am going to do is just set up the functionality so that you can get your skill tree up and running pretty quickly. Now, every skill tree is different, so you could have ones where you start with a button, and then once you unlock that one, it unlocks 3 more options, and then so on and so forth. You could have it that you want all of them defined, and when you click on one it just upgrades it. But what I do want to do is I want a progress bar, but this one I just want a standard progress bar that kind of sits up here like so. I'm just gonna have it pretty big, I guess. And that's going to actually end up being the same as our player HUD, so it'll show how far we are with levels. And I also want to set up a text. I do actually want 2 texts, maybe even 3, but let's set it to be the same size as the progress bar, like that. And in this I just want it to say, there doesn't need to be any code, I just want it to say points, like so. And I'm going to make it slightly bigger. Let's change the font to like 30. No, maybe 34. Yeah, that looks better. Cool, that's great. And I want another one. Actually, no, I don't. I can put it in here. I just want to do this. There we go. And I want another text box, and this will be coded, but for now I'm just going to put it to 00, just so we get the correct size, and 34, same as the other one. Let's drag it up so it's sitting correctly. I'm actually going to set it to 3 zeros. I just want to make sure I've got enough space for everything, so it's all working correctly. And I'm going to anchor this one to the top, this one to the top, and I'm going to anchor this one to top left. I also want a text block in here. Just put like a 00, like so, and probably set it to something like black. But that will also be code, because I want to get the level that we currently are, and the progress bar will be whatever XP we've got at the time, and then just try and center that as best you can. Might require a little bit of playing around, but that looks pretty good to me so far. And then I want to kind of decide what I want to change about the player's abilities. So I might want to increase health, I might want to increase my ammo reserve, or maybe my clip size, increase that. But we'll do a few today and go from there. So what I want to do, I want to go into my third person character. Now we've got our main menu creation there, so let's comment that off so I can, if I need to find that later, we'll just call this main menu build or something like that. So I think what it is I set it up within a function. So and all, after everything's said and done, all we need to actually do is call the add XP. So what we actually want to do is where we're leveling up, so current level is increasing, what we want to do is we want to add a point, right? So we'll need a couple more variables. We don't need a maximum. All we need to do is set up a current points, or yeah, current points is fine. And we'll set that to an integer. And then what we want to do is at the end of this, we just want to set points, current points. And whatever we're doing is we just want to get our current points, and we just want to add 1 to that. So every time we level up, we get an extra point, and that should be fine. There was something someone pointed out to me last time I did this tutorial, and it was in calculate XP. No, it was in, yeah, so in calculate max XP, where we times 1.7, what's happening is it would, by the time it gets to like level 20, 21, it's hitting ridiculous heights for XP. So you actually probably want to bring it down. I actually did the calculations, and 1.2 is probably way more realistic for 25 levels. You might find 1.1 is better if you're going to do higher than 25 levels. It would probably make it a little bit more realistic, but yeah, actually I'm going to make it 1.1. Why not? It doesn't matter. It's better for testing as well, because it's less, isn't it? Less we have to gain. But yeah, just be careful, or at least work out what you're starting with. So whereas we're starting with 100, but it was just growing ridiculously by 25 levels. So either reduce your 100 your starting current XP or current max XP from 100 down to maybe 50 or something like that, or drop the times amount. Play with it, as I said before. Play with it, but yeah. So all we're doing is just now adding a point, okay, to our system. And now what we want to do is, in our skill widget, we want to get this figure, and we want to bind that to that figure. So what we want to do is go cast to third person character. We want to get player controller, and we just want to pull out here and get current points. wherever it is. Have I not? I did combine. Get current points. There you go. I must have done something wrong. And then just plug it in. And what that'll do is every time we run the code, it will display the new points. Get player character might be better for this. Let's try that. There we go. Yeah, so it'll just display the current points within that that new menu. So that's that one done. So we've got a point system. This we want to do something very similar. We just want to cast to third person character, and we want to get player character. We've just been through this. Get the player character like so. We want to get level, like get current level, and plug that in. So now that that's set up, we can go back into we actually don't we probably could keep that, to be fair. So now that we've set up those two things, the next thing to do is just set up the progression bar, which actually, to be honest, I'm going to take from the HUD because it saves me writing out all the code again. It should work exactly the same. Where is it? This one here. And we want to, where is it? There it is. Go to function and literally just copy and paste that into our skill tree. I do want to change the color though to something a little bit closer to what we have in the actual game. So just drag this out, plug it in, and plug this into there, like so, and we can give this a test. Oh, before we can give it a test, actually, I need to go into here and copy this in here. So when we click on the skill tree, it brings up the skill tree. The owning player is this one, and we want to add it to the viewport, and that's literally all we need to do. There shouldn't be any extra stuff to mess around with. Third person player, let's go third person match statement. Okay, let's give it a go. So we go to L, we click on this, it opens up the skill tree now. That's just where the background, it needs to be probably, I can fix it basically is what I'm trying to say. So it's level 1, 0 points. So let's re-click on the play button, let's start shooting, getting those levels up. Okay, so we're level 7. Now I've just seen something that's messed up with the actual XP and the shooting of the shotgun, but we can probably fix that at some point. Let's get out. So we've got level 8, we're that far there, we've got 7 points we can spend. Let's say I'm not worried too much about the design work of things, so I'm not too worried if it's not perfect, it's just getting the functionality there. So I'm going to wrap this with a size box. That'll make sure it stays to its size. I'm going to try and anchor it to the middle instead. I'm just going to have a look at it, see what it looks like, to be honest. It might not be any different. Oh, there we go. It's better. There we go. Brilliant. So anchoring it to the middle really did fix that. So maybe making sure it's anchored to the middle, not the outsourced side here. Okay, brilliant. That should fix up most of that, and as we've already seen, all of this is working fine. I just want to change the color of this, to be honest, to a similar sort of purpley color, so that when it fills up, it looks like the same color as our actual icons. So now that we've done this and we can open it and we can see everything working, we know how many points we've got, things like that. What we want to do now is we just want to add in a few buttons we can use to affect our values. So I'm going to affect I'm going to get 3, and I'm going to affect our assault rifle values. Why can't I drag a button in? There's the button. Why was it playing up then? So I'm going to do health. I want to set them up to be a little bit bigger first off. So let's set these to be, I'm going to do 100 by 200. No, I'm not. I'm going to do 200 by 100. I always get those two mixed up, X and Y. There we go. Brilliant. And I'm going to do 3. I think I'm going to trial 3, right? So as I said, there's lots of different ways you can do a skill tree. So you can have it where you just have your values pick what you want them to be. So for example, if I want to do my health, every time I click the button, I want to see my health go up. Or you could have like clip sizes go up, for example, like I said before. So what do I want to do now? I want to get a text. I'm going to add a text to each of these, just so we can obviously see what we're amending. The other thing I was thinking you could do is have it so you've got one button. So like for example, you want to upgrade your health. You could have it so that this one's enabled and you have 3 that unlock when this one's done. So once this button's been pressed and it's unlocked, let's say you want your health to go up by 10 points. Click on that, this one fades out and then is disabled. And then these 3 become enabled. And then you could have 3 different things. So like I don't know. Let's say ammo increase and health increase, and then another one. And you just go on from there and you build up what you want it to be. But I'm just going to do this in a very basic manner for now, because let's set the first 3 up. Once those are working, we can take a look at that enable and disable kind of thing. So the first one I want to do is max health. Let's do assault clip. Increase assault clip. I'm not the best with naming these things. That's down to you guys. And then the last one can be max assault increase, something like that, or increase max assault. Do something that works for you guys. Let's just change that to 12 so it actually fits on there. There is a way to wrap it. I can't remember how to do it off the top of my head. You can wrap your wrap text, auto wrap text. There we go. So let's re-increase that back to 24 now. There we go. That's something, right? It's definitely something. 24. There you go. Right. Okay. And then we want to auto wrap that as well. Cool. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's probably still a bit too big. So let's drop it down to like 18. There we go. A little bit better. A little bit better. Right. Brilliant. So what we need to do now is we need to define these buttons. So I'm going to call this one max health. And I'm going to call this one increase assault clip, and max assault or increase max assault. Increase max assault. That way, no, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do the button. That's what I was supposed to do. Destroy that. Call it icon. I don't know. I'm messing this up ever so slightly. Icon 2. Right. Doesn't matter about the the text. It matters about the button. Sorry. Make sure you're clicking on the button. Increase assault clip. Okay. Now we need to go into our graph. And we need to define what these buttons are going to do. So, on clicked, always for all of them. On clicked, and max health, on clicked. So first things first, we need to make sure we have enough points. So we want to cast to third person character, and we want to get that figure. Get player controller. That should be okay. Or it might have to be character. Who knows? Let's compile. Nope. Yeah, it needs to be character. Get player character. Get player character. I'm going to set up one of these. I'm actually want to set the health up, right? So let's do that. And then let's get current points. What? No. What is going on there? Well, how did that come from? Get current points. Better. We want to get that current points, and we want to make sure it's over greater than 0. Do the branch. Nope, press the wrong button. I am all over the place right now. What's going on? Delete branch. Plug that in, okay? And if it's false, we could probably do. We don't want to do anything really at this point. But if it's true, we want to. So first of all, we want to set the current points by minusing off 1. So minus subtract. We want to get our current points. Minus off 1. I didn't mean to add a pin. Oops. Why would you ever want 2? Right, that's weird. Okay, so we want to get our current points. We want to minus 1 off the current points and then set that current points as the new value. And then because we're doing health, we want to get player max health. And then we want to add something to it. So let's say we plus 10, right? And then we want to set max health. Now, because we've got a save and load system, we shouldn't necessarily need ever to save or load our game in any sense, because that will happen when we actually physically save and load an area, or if we had an auto save feature, which was every 5 minutes the game auto saves, you know. Those things would always save and update your max health and current health and current points and stuff. So that's our on click to max health done, and it's going to be very similar for all the others as well. Now that's fine. Of course, we want to have them all pretty similar for this. We can actually copy and paste most of this code across, thinking about it. So if it's true, let's plug that into there and plug that into there. Then all we need to do then is get our increased or max assault ammo reserve, you know. So let's get that. Get assault. Get max assault ammo. Let's have a look at this. Get rifle max reserve. And then we want to increase it. So we want to increase it. Let's just do it by 10 as well. And then we want to set rifle max reserve, like so. And it's literally as simple as this. The clip, I would never increase the clip by much. So you might you might want to increase it by like 5 to 10 maybe for the clip. But I'm just going to set those two up for now. The other thing I would love to do actually is in the designer underneath here, let's set up like a text. Okay, for some reason it's not letting me drop it in where I want to drop it, but that's fine. We'll set this up to about half the size, so it's pretty small. And what I want to do is just type in something like current max, like so. Copy and paste that into here, and copy and paste that again under here. Okay, and then all I want to do now is get one more text block, set it to 12. Let's set 3 zeros for now. Set this up to 12 so that it's got I just want to get that current field so that we know, or the player will always know exactly what it's currently set to. Let's just set up the current max health for now. Let's bind it, create a binding. We just want to cast to third person character, get player character, and then we just want to get max health, and we can plug that straight into there. Compile. Okay, and let's give it a test. Let's play. Let's get a few levels on us. Now what I notice what's happening here is every time I click, so I've put the actual XP gain in the wrong place basically. It should have gone just after the fire happened in the weapon thing, but that's fine. It doesn't matter, we don't want it there anyway, it's just for testing purposes. So let's get our skill tree up. We've got 5 points. We click on our max health and it's increased by 10. And we can do that until we run out and then we can't do anything. So now our max health is at 150. Let's look at one last quick thing before we move on. And let's say we have our skill tree. Let's put in a button again. I'll just copy and paste this one to be fair. Copy and paste. Put that in here. Okay. And then let's change this one to, I don't know, max stamina. Okay. Doesn't matter, we're not going to set up any of the other extra stuff. This is purely just for the setup. We want it to be hidden and not enabled. Okay, so even if it's hidden, we can't push the button. So let's just test that, make sure it's looking okay. If we click on that, click on skill tree, it's not there. Okay, so let's come out of that, go into the graph and get our, oh, where is the, it's actually this one, but I haven't renamed it. That's probably why. Let's rename that to stamina, max stamina. Go back into the graph and get the event graph. We want to get the max stamina on clicked. Here it is. And what we want to do is on clicked, we want to get a do once, like so. Okay, and all we want this to have to do, we never want to reset it because that would be silly. Once it does this, we want to set, let's get max stamina, get the button reference, set visibility to visible, and set enabled is enabled to true. Okay, So once we've done our first upgrade, so let's press play, let's get some ammo, and click L, skill tree, click on that, and then our max stamina is now visible. But what you want to do is you also want to set it up for this, so you don't want anything like that to show. You don't want your current max to show either until we've done that, so you'd have to set the visibility for that text also, so you need to make sure that's set up as a variable as well. So hopefully that's become helpful. So that's how you can set up skill trees as well. So if you wanted one that just shows stuff, you don't have to have it invisible either. You can change it so that it's not enabled, and you can change it so it looks a different color, so you can still see what you'll eventually be able to unlock down the line, but it's just based on visibility and or occupancy, or depending on what you want to do. But that's a basic skill tree. So hopefully you found that useful. Obviously when I go down the line of this game and I decide what I want to do with it, I will obviously add to my skill tree and decide what I want to be able to do later on. But thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Take care. Bye.